Oh my god, straight to the bedroom. Okay, girls. Welcome, bitches, one and all, to my reaction to Season 3, Episode 1 of Love, Victor, It's You. Now, last time, obviously, we ended on the huge cliffhanger of Victor turning up at someone's door with the audience left in the dark as to who that was. Now, I am excited for Love, Victor Season 3, don't get me wrong, but I will say the game has changed a lot in the past year as to what makes a good queer show. You think we've had both Young Royals and Heartstopper, which were both 10 out of 10 amazing shows, and I just feel like Love, Victor has got a lot to live up to and a lot to compete with, so I hope that it lives up to the game. Now, in terms of whose door I hope that Victor turns up at, honestly, at this point, I would be more happy if he turned up at fucking Felix's door, because I had my issues with both relationships, and looking back a year later, I don't hold a lot of the same anger that I had towards both, and a lot of the same feelings, so I wouldn't really mind whose, but I just remember finishing the season kind of being done with both ideas, because if I'm remembering correctly, I remember having issues with Victor and Benji just because of all the fighting. And yes, a lot of relationships, fighting is natural and normal, but I just felt like there was too much fighting between the two to have a healthy relationship. And then with Victor and Raheem, I didn't like how the only other gay character that they've introduced in the show has to be a love interest for Victor. I felt like they worked really well as friends, and I just felt like they were trying to like shoehorn this love triangle storyline in. And yeah, I just didn't like it overall, the whole love triangle dynamic between the three of them. I would have rather Victor and Benji had some drama, sorted it out, boom, together, and then Raheem is a good friend of Victor's. Do you know what I mean? Love triangles just, they really piss me off in shows. So where I'm at right now is I don't really mind who. I don't hold a lot of feelings towards it. However, honestly, right now, I would rather Victor just be alone so that he can grow as a person before going into a relationship. Because you think, Victor came out and went straight into a relationship. He went straight into it. He didn't have time to process himself. He didn't have time to grow as a human being on his own, which I think is necessary for a lot of people. So I hope that he does have, even if he gets with someone by the end of the season, I hope that we begin the season with him single, just so that he can explore himself a bit more. Do you get what I mean? But yes, with that said, sorry I rambled. Let's jump back in to the world of Love, Victor. Is it gonna continue? Oh shit, here we go.
Hi.
Who?
Hi.
Okay, interesting.
Victor, Did I ever tell you about the first time that I saw you?
Sorry, I don't mean to pause. Oh my god, I didn't pause. I don't mean to pause right at the beginning, sorry. But interesting that you went for Benji. I'm not surprised. They obviously have a lot more history and a lot more at stake than him and Raheem. But yeah, I would say out of the two, I would probably rather he be with Benji, not because I prefer Benji over Raheem or I prefer that relationship. It's simply because I feel like Raheem and Victor will be able to maintain a friendship while he is with Benji, but I don't know if Victor and Benji will be able to maintain a friendship if he goes for Raheem. Do you know what I mean? I feel like one way or the other, there's like one route where he can have both and one route where he only gets one. And I would rather he go for the both route, because from the very beginning, I definitely preferred Victor and Raheem being friends because, like I said in the intro, I felt like it was a little bit shoehorned just for a love triangle storyline. But yeah, I'm interested to see where this season goes. I wouldn't be against Victor and Benji figuring out that they don't belong together and then him going for Raheem. It's just at this point in time, I think that going for to Benji's door was the correct decision.
You changed my life. I love you.
He was your first love.
It's always been you.
Aww.
I love you too.
But I feel like there's something Benji's holding back.
Maybe we can get out of here. There's somewhere I want to take you.
Aw, cute.
But you would have to drive. I kind of ran here.
And he ran here, go.
Oh, Benji's dad.
Don't have sex on my car, I just got a detail.
Benji's dad. Good dad. Good dad. I'm really happy that we've started the season off on a good note. I'd been really disappointed if they went down the route of like Victor going to Benji's door and Benji's got another guy there and, you know, all that drama.
Where exactly at school are we?
Where you had your first kiss?
The bench where we had our first real kiss.
Yep.
Spring fling.
Right before Mia saw. I will say, I'm very happy that this has been very positive so far, but they do need to talk it out. They do need to have a conversation about their issues that happened within their relationship and get down to the deep-rooted things that sort of pissed each other off, because unless they sort that out, they're just going to be repeating the same mistakes.
Can we just go back to that perfect moment? You know, start over.
Oh, Victor.
Raheem kissed me at the wedding.
Good. Start off with some honesty.
I thought we were friends, and things got confused, but I'm not confused now. Benji, I'm sorry.
I like this. Healthy communication.
I'm sorry for being such a jerk.
Good.
I hated seeing you get hurt over and over again, and I wanted to protect you. I just didn't know how.
It's the way that it always came across. It did always come across like Benji was just trying to protect Victor and to not let his mother keep hurting him over and over again, but he definitely overstepped his boundaries, so I'm really happy that he apologized. This has been so nice so far. Such healthy communication with the two of them, being truthful, being honest, and owning up to your mistakes and apologizing. Wow. The fact that we're doing this in the first 5 minutes of the episode, I'm actually really excited.
I wish we could have just talked like this before.
Yeah.
We wasted so much time.
Yeah. Sometimes it takes hardships to actually realize that you could just fucking talk to each other, you know? Okay, I'm really happy with this. I am.
Fun fact.
Okay, you two.
Hi, Pilar. Felix is waiting for Victor to get back from the wedding.
Okay.
We have a little news.
You're back together.
What? How did
It was either that or a divorce, and it'd be
That's
really
already
weird to
done.
announce a divorce while holding hands.
Walk in holding hands. We have really surprising news.
I'm sure you have a lot of questions.
Nope, no questions. I'm happy. Good job.
Now get the fuck out.
So, from the way you flung me clear across the room,
Yeah.
I'm getting that you don't want them to know.
Yeah. It's very early days, Felix.
It's just that we've been together for like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
I just want to enjoy the fun fooling around thing a little bit longer before we start telling people about us. Okay?
It's understandable. You've literally been together for 10 seconds.
You need Tom Prince to have some acquainting to do.
I will say before we go any further, I'm very excited for the Mia storyline. I will say I am very, very, very happy with how the season has started. We've started on a huge amount of positivity. We've got Victor's parents happy and back together, got Felix and Pilar together happy. You've got Victor and Benji actually making up in one of the most positive ways I've ever seen. So I'm really excited for this season. I do feel a bit bad for Raheem, but I feel like Raheem sort of saw this coming because he was getting into the middle of two people who were kind of together but kind of not and arguing and didn't know what was going on. So I feel like Raheem won't be shocked at this revelation, but I still do feel bad for him because obviously he's the one that's missing out in all of this.
This is the address in the emails.
It's not so late to turn around.
Not a good sign that the mother who left her is throwing a party. Interesting. Interesting. Meeting her right off the bat.
Sorry to just show off like this.
Interesting how loving she is, considering she left her. Yeah, I don't like this.
Or does champagne just taste better when it's stolen?
Oh, here we go.
Still nothing from Felix?
Nope. I think it's really over with us.
I mean, something can begin here, though.
I'm really glad I met Felix. He helped me stop caring about what other people think.
That's really good that she took the positives out of the relationship.
Dating him helped me figure out some stuff too.
What kind of stuff?
No.
Shit, we gotta go.
Lucy, whose house is this?
I don't know. There was a for sale sign out front. I thought it was empty.
Oh my god.
We gotta go. We gotta go.
Lucy. What the fuck?
You know, my family's going up to Aspen for the winter break. Is there any chance you'd like to come with?
Oh my god, please.
I don't know how to ski.
You'll pick it up, or you'll look cute falling on your butt.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, it's nice to see them having fun again. Sobriety checkpoint. Has he been drinking?
DUI checkpoint. Okay, so it's not like you've been drinking.
He might have been.
Benji?
Benji! Listen, he's got a problem. Like, we know that he has a genuine problem with alcohol, so if he was dealing with a lot of stress and a lot of emotions from this whole thing with Victor, I'm not blaming him for having a drink. You still do have to assign some blame to him for getting in a car and driving when he has drank, though. Like, nothing can really excuse that, so he's kind of only got himself to blame here, but I don't know what they can do. Does Victor even have a license? Can Victor, like, swap over from Benji? But then, does he have a driving license on him? Is he even allowed to drive?
Just a few drinks, and I know I shouldn't have driven, but my dad was standing right there, and I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, that as well.
You just got your license back. Put the car in park and switch with me, Benji.
Come on. Will the guy see, though? Like, you gotta be careful with that. Sorry to pause again. I like... The problem with La Victor is the scenes are quite quick, so I have to pause, but I'm pausing so much because it's the first episode. I do apologize, and I know people tell me I'm not to apologize, but I will. What I was going to say was I think that this is one of those kind of moments where Victor and Benji need to sit down and have a discussion, and basically what I think needs to happen here is there doesn't need to be a huge argument. There doesn't need to be a big, what the fuck are you doing, Benji? It should just be one of those moments of like, look, you understand what you did wrong. I understand your point of view. I understand that you were upset about everything, and so you went to drink, and then your dad was there and you didn't want to admit to him that you'd been drinking and all that. But what you did was wrong, and you need to own up to that. And then when Benji does own up to that, be like, okay, let's just make sure this doesn't happen again. I don't think this needs to be one of those things that is hugely explosive, because I think if it is, they're going to go down the same trap that they did before of just not understanding each other and not understanding each other's point of view. But I think there definitely needs to be emphasis on the fact that Benji did fuck up here. You can't just write it off. He did fuck up, but I don't think there needs to be a humongous argument about it.
Just frosting.
That's how I like it.
Ah, they're really cute.
Why don't we just tell your parents?
Felix, it's been like 5 minutes.
They took me in when my mom was going through all that stuff. I don't feel great lying to them.
Understandable.
Can we slow down? I mean, we haven't even gone on a date. We just kissed.
Yeah.
Oh, who did you kiss?
Oh, fuck.
It's okay. You can tell me if there's someone special in your life.
There's nobody. I promise.
Yeah, I think I should go.
Felix. I get it, but no.
You don't think that house in cameras, do
Oh,
you?
Lucy, don't even joke. I can't go to prison for this.
Oh my god, straight to the bedroom. Okay, girls.
You know, you never did tell me how you ended up waitering Harold's wedding.
I pick up a lot of jobs. I'm trying to save up as much as I can so I can get out of here as soon as humanly possible.
Is like gonna look back and be like, oh my god. Bro, stop. This is so cute.
I mean, high school's always amazing for the popular pretty girls.
I'm okay, but you are like next level gorge and way cooler than I am. Like Twilight era Kristen Stewart, but capable of smiling.
Oh my god, T.
You have like the perfect hair, the perfect clothes, and the perfect body.
That's so nice of her to say that to Lake, because we know of her struggles.
Perfect to me.
Oh, stop! Please! Please, kiss! Her mum's gonna walk in, isn't she? Isn't she? Interesting.
You know, it's kind of late. I think I'm gonna go. Can I get this back to you another time?
Yeah, whatever you want.
Understandable. You just need time, Lake. She's obviously dealing with some emotions and some thoughts that she's not dealt with before, so she needs a bit of time to process.
Well, Ghana is a marvel. Have you been?
No.
What, to Ghana? Oh, she's been meaning to, and then she remembered she's in high school.
The thing about this interaction with her mum is being very overly positive, which, yeah, nice, but it gets to a level where you're kind of waiting for her to apologize for leaving, and you're kind of waiting for her to just fucking say sorry. So for her to come in here and be so positive and happy and be like, oh my god, Mia, it's so nice to see you. You abandoned her, my darling, and you're talking about going to Ghana and having this sculpture installation and how lovely it was, but you abandoned your daughter to go to that, and she's here now in front of you, and you're not even saying sorry. I just like, ugh. It's just really hard to see because you know that that's what Mia wants. Mia wants to have a genuine conversation, but this woman's coming in. She's at a party. She's just living the life, obviously happier than ever after leaving Mia behind. It's a little shitty.
It's good to see you, baby. Your mom talks about you all the time.
Interesting.
Guilty. I am very, very proud of you.
Then why did you leave?
Your sophomore art show. Those light box portraits, they were gallery ready. I wish I could have seen them in the flesh.
You could have.
You could have. It was a high school art show. I can't imagine tickets are very hard to come by.
Andrew, it's fine.
No, it's not Mia. Don't diminish yourself just because this woman's coming in so positive.
Could you, excuse me for a moment?
This is one of those things where it's very easy for like me and Andrew to get annoyed at Mia, but you have to understand that if I was in Mia's place, I wouldn't be so defensive of myself because you're dealing with a lot of emotions and your mother's sitting right in front of you, you know?
I love you. You drank. You slipped up.
Yeah. Well done, Victor.
Call your sponsor tomorrow and you'll start over.
Well done, Victor. Holy shit.
Why does Victor have my keys?
I never drove a Range Rover before, so Benji let me drive it for the last few blocks.
It's a pretty sweet ride, right?
Yeah.
Good night, guys.
Victor, I love you. What a good supportive boyfriend.
Dad. I can't do this.
Well done. You know what? I was going to say, well done, Victor, because, like, defending his boyfriend, completely understandable, and I love that. But even more, well done, Benji, because coming clean and telling the truth with something like that to, again, protect Victor. It's like they're both doing it for each other. It's really sweet to see, and I'm glad that Benji's being very open and honest, because I think letting this weight off of his shoulders and just talking about his sobriety and just talking about when he slips up is really going to help him.
Hey, man.
What's this conversation about to be?
Benji's... He's going through some pretty intense personal stuff that I can't really talk about right now. But, what about you? Did you wind up getting with my sister?
Okay.
She got weird about your parents knowing.
Well, they're very protective over her.
Yeah.
Like, when she had a boyfriend back in Texas, my dad took her door off her bedroom.
Okay, that is a little bit psycho.
I forgot about the boyfriend that she had before she left.
Maybe just let Pilar lead the way on this one for a little while.
Yeah. Pilar knows her parents more than you do, Felix. It's understandable that she would be... You have to understand why she would be a bit apprehensive. Now, I'm very intrigued as to what this is about to be. Is there something more to the story than we don't know?
So my dad got remarried today.
And how do we feel about her?
She's nice.
It's my dad who I'm struggling with right now.
Yeah.
He wants to move us across the country, and he doesn't care at all what I want.
Sounds familiar.
Interesting. I thought that they would bond over that.
When you were 4 or 5, I got an offer to show in this tiny gallery in Paris. I'll never forget the look on his face when I said I wanted us to go to Paris. Like I was a stupid child living in a dream world.
Damn.
That's why you left? Because he wouldn't go to Paris with you?
No,
I assume there were many things.
I was losing myself in that house.
What about me?
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. It was selfish
Yeah.
and horrible.
It just is what it is. It was selfish.
I am not the person I was when I left. And I would do anything to have you in my life again. So tell me what I can do.
I will say, if you think from her point of view, she's in a house with a man who doesn't respect her wishes and her needs and her goal in life to be an artist and to share that with people. If you're with a man who doesn't respect that and you're in the house that he's paying for because obviously he's making a lot of the money in the relationship, you're going to feel very trapped and you're going to feel very much like your soul is being pushed down. So I respect what she's saying and I completely understand the wanting to leave. It's the going through with leaving and leaving Mia behind that's the problem. Because if you're dealing with a man who is really being a hindrance to your life and he's really putting his own needs above yours, to then go and leave your daughter with the same man in that same environment, that's kind of shit, my darling. And it's one of those things where it's like, what kind of mother would do that? But I understand that she was at a breaking point. However, I don't know. Given that it's been, what did Mia say, 5 years since they've seen each other, since she came back, And she hasn't tried her hardest to get Mia, tried her hardest to have a relationship, tried her hardest to get joint custody. Do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, it's iffy. It puts me off from her. Like, I get what she's saying, but it doesn't make up for what she did.
You could move to Creekwood. I mean, if you were there, then I wouldn't have to move.
I don't know if she can.
Oh.
That's a big ask. I know that, like, she deserves it, but that's a big ask.
I love that idea.
But
I'm supposed to go to Prague in a few weeks. I accepted a residency at a gallery there. It's only for a few months. Maybe after that? I think after that would work great.
This was a mistake.
oh, Mia. I get both points of view there. Just shit timing, you know. If her mum's serious about it, she will give up the residency and be with Mia, but no. You gotta keep up this communication, Benji, please.
Morning. I saw your Tasbih on your dresser. Was somebody praying last night?
I love her.
I know it may not feel this way right now, but I believe God has a plan for you. And that plan includes someone who will love you with all his heart. So it is written.
Yeah. You don't want to be with Victor if he's not going to give you his all. Do you know what I mean? That's just the way you got to look at it.
I had a lot of fun last night.
I think you both did.
Kind of killed the vibe at the end.
We
there.
don't have to talk about it.
No, I want to.
Oh, good.
I think I just got scared.
Well done.
Not because I didn't want it to happen, but because I did.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Well done, Lake.
Holy shit.
I love that. They didn't let it fester. They just went straight into it before the episode even ended. Wow. I love that.
Thank God I was worried about you. I handled things terribly. I should have been able to.
I get that she's going to her dad for comfort. She's obviously very upset right now, but he did a really shitty thing by lying to her, so I'm still not a big fan of him.
We are gonna figure this out. Okay?
I know she's young. Is there a way that they can have her stay with someone, like Andrew's family?
My parents took my phone away.
Do we need to get you a burner?
He's packing. Oh, no.
Victor, I'm going to rehab.
Yeah, thought so.
This is crazy.
Actually, it's not.
You had a slip up. You drank one time in a year.
It wasn't just one time.
For
a big test, after a fight with my parents.
After a fight with you.
And then last night, I lied to you. I drove. I put you in danger. Look, Victor, if you and I are going to have any real chance of working out, then I have to figure this out.
Well done, Benji. Well done. Really proud of him for this.
I don't want the whole world knowing, but you can tell anyone that you really trust.
Bro, this has been such a good episode. Holy fuck.
And what happens after 3 weeks?
I'm not sure.
I'm sure they're going to be good once he gets this sorted out. I really am. I just hope we don't go down the love triangle route. Dude, stop. That's so cute. Wow. Wow. I have so much to talk about. What a fantastic episode. Holy shit. So, where the fuck do we begin? There were so many positives to this episode. All of my fears were answered in one single episode, and I am so proud of this show for doing that. Because my issue with Love Victor and a lot of drama shows in general, the one thing that pisses me off so much is unnecessary drama and drama that's dragged out for no realistic reason. So to have that just completely brushed under the carpet this episode and to have people just dealing with their issues right then and there was so nice to see. We saw so much healthy communication and so much healthy relationships forming in episode 1. Like, yeah, the only real drama that they've set up is the fact that Benji's going to rehab, which I don't really count as drama. I count that as character growth, and good character growth as that. It's Benji owning up to his issues and trying to get them sorted out. Like, the first step to getting better is to admit you have a problem, and he's done that immediately. So I'm really proud of him. Now, let's go through character by character. I think that's the easiest way to do it. Let's start with Mia, her mum, dad, and Andrew, that whole thing. Andrew wasn't really in the episode much. He had a few comments, but he was mainly used to like push the narrative of Mia, don't be so nice to your mum. Do you know what I mean? Which I 100% understand why Mia was being so understanding towards her mum right at the beginning, because they're meeting for the first time in 5 years. She is obviously coming in with a lot of positive energy, Mia's mum, so she doesn't want to dampen that and bring it down by just bringing up the actual issues. But I do think that she does need to stand up for herself a bit more, which I'm very glad she did by the end when her mother mentioned not moving. But yeah, but then like I said in the episode, it's very easy for me, all of you and Andrew to sit there and say to Mia, no, stand up for yourself. But it's a lot harder for the person who's actually in the middle of it to have that inner strength. It's a lot easier for us to tell her to be stronger. But I do think she handled herself very well. And I don't know where I stand on the whole not moving to Creekwood straight away, her mother, because she's obviously got this placement in Prague that she probably is really looking forward to and has really wanted, but she pushed her responsibilities with Mia aside for 5 years. So while I do understand wanting to go and having this responsibility of going to Prague, like she's agreed to the residency and everything, while I do get that, I think that you've had these 5 years where you've left your daughter behind. She's asking you to come back and be with her. And if you don't just immediately say it, then I don't think her heart is truly in it. But I do get it, because she did say it's only for a few months and then perhaps I can move back. But I can understand why, from Mia's point of view, that's just not enough, because it's not really. She's left her for 5 fucking years. But yes, moving on, let's talk about Felix and Pilar. I think that was another really good case of a realistic dealing with issues in a relationship. What the fuck was that wording? A realistic way of dealing with issues in a relationship. Because Felix and Pilar were obviously having trouble communicating with each other because it was something that Pilar was struggling with. And I think eventually they would have got there, but it's very good for Felix to take initiative to just ask Victor. And even though it's very rare for a girl's boyfriend to be best friends with her brother to begin with, I think that it's very good to go to anyone, her best friends, anyone, and just try and find out what the issue is, because she's obviously struggling to communicate it to Felix. So for him to go out of his way to ask Victor, look, like, what is the issue? I think that that is very good of him, and I think it's very good of them as a couple, because I do appreciate when people just ask their partner straight away, like, what's the issue, and they both have good communication, but it's not always realistic, so I do appreciate that they included that. Now, moving on from them, an example of someone actually being extremely brave and just saying it outright was Lake and Lucy. I am so proud of Lake for literally the next day plucking up the courage to be that open and honest with Lucy, because you often find in shows like this that are very dramatized. Is this a word? I need to look it up. I used it in Elite the other day. Dramatized. I don't think it is. Dramaticized? Too dramatic. Like, you know what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna fucking use it. It's a Harry word, okay? Dramatized, okay? It's a very dramatized storyline a lot of the time, where someone will be questioning their sexuality and they will be having these feelings that they don't know about, and it will fester for like 4 episodes, cause loads of drama between the two. The other party thinks that they hate them, and like so much drama just ensues. But the fact that Lake just literally the next day was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just going to be honest with her and explain to her why I was feeling nervous. And I think that that is so healthy and so beautiful to see. And I'm just really proud of her. Now, moving on from them, let's talk about Raheem quickly, because I think it's very easy to forget that Raheem's kind of got the shit end of everything here, because obviously Victor chose Benji and he's not really having any communication with Raheem right now. But I think that there is going to be some good communication between the two. I feel like they're going to get there. I think that it's going to be hurtful for Raheem at the beginning, and he may not want to be friends with Victor just because it's very painful to be friends with your crush. Like, you can't really ask that of anyone. But I hope that at some point he kind of gets past it and they can actually form a good friendship, because I think that they do work really well together as friends. So I hope they get there. But yeah, right now I do feel really bad for Raheem, but I love his mum. Oh my God, what amazing queen to be entered into the show. Now, finally, let's talk about Victor and Benji themselves. I was the proudest I've ever been of those two this episode. The way that they communicated with each other, the way that they were so understanding of each other. They apologized for the things they did wrong. They communicated their issues in the relationship. They actually told each other why they felt that way, and the other person understood when they were explaining it. And it was just such a good example of healthy communication in a couple, and I'm really, really proud of not only Victor and Benji, but the show as a whole for being this open and honest so quickly into the season, because I think a lot of my issues with season 2 was just the fact that all this drama was festering, and I said it in the intro, but love triangles are probably the most annoying storyline for me. I get really, really, really pissed off with them very easily in shows because I just find they're very cheap, and they've just been done so much that it's frustrating at this point. So it was a lot of unnecessary drama last season. So to just go into this season so quickly, knocking down all of the issues, so quickly dealing with their issues in their relationship was so beautiful to see, and I'm really proud of them. Now, obviously storyline wise, Benji is going to be away for 3 weeks. I don't know how that translates in the show. I don't know if they're going to do that as kind of that's the end of the season, like Benji comes back in episode 8, or if it's going to be a mid-season thing, like Benji's gone for the first few episodes and then he comes back. But I do feel like this season is going to end with them two together. I do. I feel like that's the route they're going, that Benji needs some time to process. He needs some time to work on himself, and he's going to come back feeling a lot better and a lot stronger, and he will actually be able to dedicate the time with Victor, and they'll be able to understand each other a bit better and work well together in his sobriety, because I do think it's really needed, this whole going to rehab. I think Benji needs to get some help. It's never a problem getting help. You should never feel embarrassed looking for help. It is the best thing you could ever do for yourself. And I'm so proud that he's got the initiative to do it. Like, yes, it was his dad's opinion, but it's not like Benji's sitting there going, no, I don't want to go. Like, oh, fuck you, dad. He's understood. And he's sitting there going, you know what? No, my dad's right. I do need this, and I'm ready to put in the work. So really proud of Benji, really proud of Victor, really proud of everyone this episode, just for being so fucking mature for their age. But yes, with that said, that was episode 1 of Love Victor. Bloody enjoyed it. I'm going to be recording episode 2 right now. Now, obviously, I usually do question time at the end of the episodes, but I didn't have the thought to ask before I recorded, so my apologies. But once episode 2 is over, I will be putting up a question time post for episode 3. And in the intro of episode 3, I'm going to be answering all of your questions for episodes 1 and 2. So be sure to put them in that post. But yes, with that said, thank you very much for watching. I've left a link down below to my Patreon. Be able to find the early and uncut reactions to Love Victor and all the other shows that I do. I'm planning to be about a week ahead for Love Victor. So if that interests you, hop over there. And yes, I've also left a link to my socials. So be sure to follow them if you are interested. And yes, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.